Hello, everyone. We're here at the ICPA conference in San Antonio, Texas, right in the middle of San Antonio by the Riverwalk. And I'm here with Elisabeth Sherrell, Executive Director of ICPA. It's great to have you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I know. It's like we're doing our first interview, but we've been doing interviews for so many times. But, they all are different. And as your ears are always different. So these are great.
Thank you.
Kind of hint on the experience you get out of this conference. What is the theme?
Oh boy, it is. Oh my gosh, the Fiesta of Compliance is this compliance con corazon, which means compliance with heart. I do know that. At least I know the translation right.
Corazon.
Corazon. Yes, I do know that. But it is a Fiesta theme. That's basically what it is. I mean, when you come to San Antonio, this town is so rich with that culture already. So it just made sense, right? That's one thing that my mom always did. Her and Linda, when they were planning events, they wanted it to be themed, right? That was very important at the founding of this organization and when they decided to do conferences, because their thought process was, if we could make it fun,
right,
then we take down that buttoned up layer and allow people to really just interact on a more comfortable level,
right?
Because networking was the most important thing. Learning is important too, don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but for us it was always a network thing, right? And so that's what we did here too. We're like, we're coming to Mexico, I mean we're coming to San Antonio. Feels like
Mexico.
It really does. It does. But I mean, even like in our opening, when we did registration, we got a local high school mariachi band to play to set the tone. And you're right, it is a nice location because this hotel happens to be right on the Riverwalk, which is kind of nice. You can just literally walk downstairs past Ruth Chris and you're on it. So
love it.
There's so much good food and good culture just in any direction. It's I love it. I mean, I'm from Texas, so I'm partial, it's always going to get my vote, but we love San Antonio.
Yes, I love it. I mean, the space is great. So the beginning, you had introductions and you also had your choir. I don't want to say is it a choir?
It's a choir.
It's a choir. Great.
A choir.
I love it.
It is.
Choir.
Yes,
Beautiful. The Heart of Texas.
Yes. That was so the Voices of Compliance, that has been our choir for over a decade, led by Jamie Adams, formerly led by Daryl Pearson, who is of counsel at Bennett Jones, our Canadian legal counsel. And so my mom always loved music. Music was very important, and she figured that was another way to get people out of their comfort zone. You're singing next to somebody today who could be your boss tomorrow, or your coworker, or your employee. I mean, it's just like it's finding those common things that we do outside of trade compliance that are bringing us together on a human level, right? And so, they did this rendition of Deep in the Heart of Texas, and as my mom is known for, she would rewrite the lyrics to songs. It's a classic. They rewrote it and we did the clapping, and it's just a great way to honor her and also start the conference on an exciting note.
Yes, and you had everyone in the opening ceremony.
Yes. We did. We're clapping our way through wake everybody up. It won't be that as exciting tomorrow, but it's definitely a one-of-a-kind experience here, I think.
And I love that. And let's talk about the attendees. So you have a variety of attendees attending. You also have 900, how many?
964.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So many attendees.
In person.
Right.
Over 200 virtually too still.
Right.
So about 30% of our attendees are still virtual because, let's face it, trade compliance professionals don't have the budget, unfortunately. Or, as my good buddy Eric Fleming pointed out, one of his, and I love this part. This is the part I love because I love the human part, right? One of his workers doesn't travel, disability, doesn't travel, can't travel easily, whatever the case is. This opens up learning to them too. And that's where it really started. I have to tell you, when I was in college doing my thesis and I was so obsessed with virtual right during COVID and right before COVID, it was the learning opportunity. It's opening learning around the globe on a way that it's not the same. It's not the same to come virtually, but you get the education you need at a cost that your company is willing to put forth. So
and everyone deserves to learn.
Exactly. Thank you.
Everyone
in every industry,
right?
It's open access to learning, and I love that. So
and let's talk in terms of learning. What are they getting out of this? I know you have so many sessions. What are some of the most prominent sessions that you can think of right now? I know all of them are good.
Oh, I
but
know.
What are the ones that stick out to you right now? Today, maybe.
Today, yes.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's always, Adrienne Braunmiller is doing one.
For great things.
Yes. And she is the, what I love about Adrienne, she's definitely a pioneer in the industry for female lawyers, I think. And she's so smart. I mean, she just knows her stuff.
Yeah.
But what I love about her is how approachable she is too, right?
Personality.
Like, yes, because you can be the head of anything. You can be the global leader, the whatever. And you can just be completely unapproachable. And I think we have some of those people here. Like, also, we were lucky enough to have KPMG just did a plenary session with 2 former CBP field auditors. They've hired 3, and so now they work for KPMG, and they're bringing this wealth of knowledge about like the behind the scenes with the government. And Andy Siciliano is here, and I'm just like, he feels like a friend to me because he's so approachable and he's so kind, but he's like the head of global trade for KPMG. Like, he's the top of the chain. And so, but I think that's kind of goes back to the environment that is bred here, right? This
gonna say
friendly, you know, we're all in this together, which just always reminds me of High School Musical, because Victoria grew up on that. But,
me too. I did too.
I'm like, I'm always hearing them in the background.
Yeah, I did too.
It is.
I love it.
And then I know George Shuttle is speaking. Another one that is incredible. John McLaughlin from KPMG has 2 sessions, and he's doing one. He's doing one now on internal risk assessment, which is, I think, audits and risk and tariffs are the buzzwords right now, right? It's all in flux, and so there's not a better time to be here learning and growing together.
Right. I love that. And okay, that the attendees are getting the most out of this, but also you have the sponsors.
Oh.
And let's talk about them a little bit.
Please.
You have many.
We do. 72 sponsors, I believe. 73.
73?
Yeah.
Oh
and we had about 3 or 4 that wanted to come. And the coolest part about sponsors I find fascinating is, like, 5 years ago you would see maybe 1 or 2 AI companies, and now it's like almost 40%.
Oh my god!
Because if they're not in these companies that have been coming, if they're not AI, they have an AI component, right?
Yeah.
AI is becoming everything, and it grew so fast, right?
Yeah.
And so and so they're here. And what I love about them, we always do the theme. We do a booth contest where they can decorate their booth, and again, some of them aren't allowed to do it. I don't know why, because to me, it's another layer of informality that brings people in, right?
It's just ICPA, right?
Yes,
yeah, that's like what you are.
Yes, it's meant to be the family reunion you want to go to. That's what Ann and Linda said all the time. This is the family reunion that you want to go to.
Like, drop the guard. Let's talk.
Yes, let's be real. And let's
be real.
talk about how hard it is.
Yeah.
How it sucks.
Yeah.
And it was a really unique feeling. We used to drive down with Mom. She was always the driver. She's and I would ride, because I hate driving. But this year it was me, because she's gone. I had to be the one driving down.
Yeah. You're stepping up.
And in so many ways, right? And so I'm driving down with my girls, and we got about 45 minutes from San Antonio. And I don't want to get emotional because I don't want to mess up my eyeliner, so I'm going to try really hard. But I started to feel that feeling that I think she felt all these years. I thought about you.
Aww,
and I thought about Jamie Adams and
so
Eric Fleming and all these people that, Linda Lixo, Rick Miller, and I'm going to see Dana, and I'm going to see all these people that I just love that have supported me and supported this industry. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this must have been what it was like. And Linda and Ann created this environment where it is like that. I'm going to see my friends.
Yeah.
And they're going to get... I said it like, what?
This is so sweet. I just look into her eyes, and I'm like seeing her eyes like just being very glossy, and I'm like, there's a camera.
I know.
But you know what? This is all what it's about. And it truly shows how much you care.
I know.
And understand, what's going on behind the scenes, and what's going on with the sponsors, and what's going on with the attendees. I mean, there's so many variables that you have to think about, right?
Oh my gosh.
But you're here and you did it, right? We're here at this moment, and people are learning, and people are talking to their sponsors. Sponsors are getting out of it what they need to. You touched on AI, which is beautiful that you even give them a platform to share this, right? Of course, we would like for everyone to dress up their booths so beautifully.
We do. I mean, and some of them aren't allowed to. That's
right.
fine.
And we get it. Yeah, we get it.
But I think that it's, for me, especially this last year, and as Mom was doing the succession planning, we were talking about it, and she was telling me, you got to go to school for this, and you got to do this, and you got to. I grew up with these people. Like
Right,
I
you did.
literally, and that's what Larry said this morning, you know, they've raised my children too. We've been around it. No, I'm not an LCB. No, I've never, I mean, I actually did work for a freight forwarder during 9/11. I will say I have done a bill of lading. I know how to fill it out. I mean, I'm just saying,
more than me.
Listen, I know, I was going to say, I have done some. That was my only experience. And so, and I can tell you that Chili's, where you eat, you know, Chili's.
Yeah, Chili's. Welcome to Chili's.
They buy all of their decorations from garage sales. Okay. And because of this is kind of cool, actually. So they had all of these Chili's opened up in the UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Right? And I worked for a company, a freight forwarder that was sending this stuff over here. And they had to have their own classification code because it's not a good, it was a resold good. This is 20 years ago, right? And so it was called Funk, F-U-N-K.
F-U-N-K.
And it had its own classification code. That's all I know. That's as far as my knowledge goes.
I think that's a great fun fact. I think next time you need to bring it up there on stage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I will.
I think that'll be incredible to drop the guard.
You know, but here's the thing I do know. I've sat with these people. I've sat with them at lunch. I've gotten to know them. Most of them are introverts, and I love that because I'm definitely not. But the stories are the same. They work in a silo, screaming to be heard because what they do is keep their company out of trouble.
Yes.
They're following the rules. They're so underappreciated. That's what I love most about this group of people is that they are so unheard and they need a voice. And I just love the people. I mean, you know what? Like I said, I doubted a lot of this from the beginning. I was like, I don't have the qualifications. I don't have the education, but I have the heart. I have the heart for it. My mom raised me around it, and I know these people, and that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to kick it down the road.
Yeah. And you have a great team.
Well,
you know, you have board members that make decisions based on what they know. And these are experienced board
100%.
members, right?
Well, and even conference committee planners. Same thing, right?
Yes.
Like I would never be able to put a Canadian agenda together, but I've been doing that one by myself for the last 3 to 4 years. And like Bonnie Kirsch is our lead, and she's just incredible. I mean, nobody works harder than Bonnie. I mean, she is just a workhorse.
And she's here with her
she's
company.
Here with Magnolia. I'm so proud of her. I mean, doing her own thing. But that group of people come together, and there's importers, exporters, and service providers, and we put together an agenda, and it's beautiful. And then I worry about the food and the cost of everything. Yeah. Right?
Like see, that just shows what it takes to put this together.
It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot.
And you're doing it right.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we're so lucky to be here. I know a lot of people are too. They're learning, you know, they're talking to sponsors, potential people that they can work with, AI companies, softwares. So that's incredible. You're putting people together in a room that need to be talking. So thank you so much. And we're looking forward to the next 2 days.
Yes, me too.
We'll do some more.
We'll talk more. Next time
to talk.
We'll talk about education and certification.
Certifications.
We'll talk about it next time.
Certifications.
On the next episode.
We need to.
We will because it's exciting. There's exciting stuff.
It's a whole topic by itself.
By itself. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
We're going to talk about it, Lalo.
Thank you.